Greetings, my dear friends. If today's joke gave you a chuckle, don't forget to subscribe. It's free, and it'll make us even closer as friends. A chemical engineer, a mechanical engineer, and a software engineer are driving in a car. And when they begin down a hill, and the brakes fail, the car goes faster and faster and eventually veers off the road through a guardrail, through some woods, narrowly missing numerous trees and boulders, and miraculously comes to a stop in some bushes with no one being injured. After catching their breath, they begin trying to figure out what went wrong. The chemical engineer says, "The car was just serviced. I'll bet they put the wrong brake fluid in, and the heat in the system caused it to fail." The mechanical engineer says, "No, most likely the linkage between the brake pedal and the rest of the assembly broke." The software engineer thinks for a second and says, "Let's go back to the top of the hill and try it again." A mother was walking down the hall when she heard a humming sound coming from her daughter's bedroom. When she opened the door, she found her daughter naked on the bed with a vibrator. "What are you doing?" the mother exclaimed. The daughter replied, "I'm 35 and still living at home with my parents, and this is the closest I'll ever get to a husband." Later that week, the father was in the kitchen and heard a humming sound coming from the basement. When he went downstairs, he found the same story. "What are you doing?" he exclaimed. The daughter replied, "I'm 35 and still living at home with my parents, and this is the closest I'll ever get to a husband." A couple of days later, the mother heard the humming sound again, this time in the living room. In there, she found her husband watching the Super Bowl on television with the vibrator buzzing away beside him. "What are you doing?" she exclaimed. He replied, watching the game with my son-in-law."